What's going on, guys? Skyer from techlifetoday back with another video. In today's video, we're showing you guys a first look on the App Store, the iOS 11 App Store. This was completely redesigned in the release of iOS 11, so I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. So first off, the first difference is the app logo. So if you remember, the old app was kind of had like a boxy feel to it. Now it's a lot more modernized and it looks quite cool. So when you open it up, there's now a variety of different tabs, including a Today tab, a Games tab, Apps tab, Updates, and then Search. So right here is the Today tab, and then it says Welcome to the all-new App Store, which will give you information on what's new with the App Store. But right here you can see a variety of different games and different games that you have on your phone already. Alright, so once you scroll down a little further, you can see tips for a variety of different apps, like I said. And then they also have an app of the day now. They had that in the past, but it was kind of a little difficult to find, I'd say, to the very least. But this is kind of like everything in one section. So it's very similar to the Apple Music app in iOS 10. So if you remember Apple Music on iOS 10, this is pretty much the same thing. It's a lot bigger, I think. Everything's a lot larger, or nicer, if you will. Everything looks kind of cool. I like how it just, everything works fine. All right, that's the point. Everything's just modernized and looks better, more colorful, more vibrant. Makes you want to use the app a little more. And then it gives you a few different app selections, different apps you can use. Honestly, to an extent, I personally find it a little, while it looks nice and while it's very modernized and very clean, I think for the most part, it is also, it's very different than what we used to have. And to an extent, that's kind of a downside in my opinion, because it's a little clunky. Because there's so many things in all these areas, it's kind of confusing to see where the actual apps are. However, you can go to the Games tab, and then you can view a variety of different games. So you can see new games that they recommend. You can scroll further and there should be like paid apps. Yep, top paid games, and then they have top free games that you can go ahead and download or purchase for yourself. And they have a variety of different categories, as you guys can see. Click on See All to view all the different categories. And then very same thing with the apps selection. You can see all the different apps, their recommendation apps. And in addition to that, you see the top paid apps and then the top free apps, in which you can also see that further down the categories. So it is it's something to get used to, I'd say, at the very least, but it is clean. It does look good, and for the most part, it's very different and more modernized. So let's click on an app real quick, and this is completely overhauled, as you guys can see. Now there's the 5-star ratings. These guys see the ratings right there, age rating right there. You can click on Get, you can download it. Everything's quite cool. One thing I do recommend in the future, though, because for Apple to do, because it's a little confusing, is when you open the app, it's kind of hard to see the stars. Obviously it's right there in your face, but I liked it in the past where you could see the yellow stars, and that's not how it is now. It's kind of like you can go right, you go through the app and you go right past it. You don't even notice that it's there. So if there's one thing I would recommend, that would be it. Obviously, this is the Updates tab, nothing special there. And then there's the Search tab where you just search for a variety of different games and whatever you want to download. So there's a new App Store on iOS 11. Let me know if you have any questions or suggestions for future videos in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your feedback. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Peace.